Okay, so the another important rules will be VDR, voltage dividing rules, right? So here is the input voltage V in, and this two resistor is split into two portions, right? So this is one V out, another could be here as well, V out 2, and this is, let's say, 1. So the V out is equals to, we could write down the total resistance here. One is R1, another one is R2. So let's write down here R1 plus R2. And we have to find out the value with respect to this resistor. So here definitely this R2, and here the V in. Same as if you'd like to find the value for here, the voltage V out 2 is equals to, let's write down V in, and bottom will be R1 plus R2, and the reference one is R1, so we have to write down the value of R1. This is actually the VDR. So another important rules is current dividing rule, or CDR. This VDR and CDR actually used for parallel circuit. In that case, here as well, a parallel circuit here, and for CDR we have to understand the node, right? So this is a node, let's say this is node A, and this is the source of potential and obviously current flowing through this direction, and that is actually I. And at node, the current I is split into two portions. One is going up to this direction, and that is I2. Another one is going through this R1 resistor, that is I1. And in that case, the I1 and I2 are actually the splitted current from the I, the total current. So now if you'd like to evaluate the value of I1 and I2, we have to use this formula. So I1, it means this current which is going through the resistor R1. So I1 is equals to the total current I, times R2. It means not this resistor, we have to count the opposite resistor R2 over the total resistor R1 and R2. Same as I2 is equals to total current times the resistor R1, which is opposite resistor from the I2, over R1 plus R2. So this is the very basic equation for CDR. Hope you understand. This is actually a practice. Let's have a practice of this equation. Let's try the value of R1. Let's consider 50, and here let's say 100 ohms, right? Okay, and here the total current, let's say 10 amps. Just an example, because we have to analyze this circuit, or we have to evaluate the equivalent resistance from this circuit, then we can calculate the total current, and of course that is depends on the potential source. Just consider the current here 10 amps, right? So what will be the value of I1? So this 10 ampere will be split into two portions. One is I1, another one is I2. So I1 is equals to total current, right, times, so the total resistance is 50 and 100. So here will be 50 plus 100, and here will be 100 ohms, the opposite resistance of R1, right? And I2 will be same as total current, here 50 plus 100, and obviously the I2 opposite resistance will be 50, so we have to write down the value of 50. Let's calculate by the use of calculator. So here the total current for I1 is 6.667 amps, and here will be 3.333 amps, right? It means let's use the current I1, right? So I1, here we can see the resistance is 50, which is less, right, compared to this 100 ohms at R2. It means that I1 low resistance, more current. That's why here is 6.6667 amps, and I2 will be less current, right? 3.333 amps. And here another very interesting fact, because of the interesting numbers we have chosen, here is 50 ohms and here is 100. It means double. It means at I1 is double current flow with compared to the R2 resistance, which is 3.33, and here is 6.667 amps. Hope you understand this example. For this circuit, we are trying to analyze the current and the voltage of each branch and each of the resistor, right? So here is the voltage source or potential source. So here actually the picture present